Previously on Hunting with Tripler.
How much for the printer here? No?
What is happening, folks? Welcome to Hunting with Tripler. In today's episode, a full Saturday of garage sales where at almost every stop I found video games. It was just a beautiful, beautiful thing. And we also have a giveaway today. Stick around.
I collect so many things. Would you like to share this journey with me? I will show you the prizes I got today. So come along with me, come on and join in the chase, yeah!
Alright, folks, at the time of this recording, I was at just about 2,000 subscribers! 2,000 subscribers! What is that? Why is I really like this! It's cool to do this with my voice! 2,000. I gotta turn that off. Where is my little gadget? Here it is. Got it! Anyway, folks, in today's episode, it's one of those Saturdays that you wish for. It happens very rarely, but when you go out and you hit so many places, every stop you feel like you're making a lot of money. And when you're finding a lot of video games, I immediately start to go, this was worth it. Mostly because video games sell extremely fast for me, and that's one of the reasons why I love picking them up. And I don't have a lot of time on Saturdays. It was a very consolidated amount of time, but I want you guys to watch one of the last stops I had of the day because I spent a lot of money at that location, and I think it's worth noting that I'll track the profits on that so that you guys have a better understanding of why I would spend so much money on a stop like that. Now, we also have a giveaway, and to be eligible for the giveaway, you have got to be a subscriber and you've got to answer the question I have in this video in the comments of this video correctly. I usually use like a YouTube comment generator. It will tell me if you're a subscriber and it will show me the comment. And if you answer it correctly, you will be the winner. And I'm gonna pop up randomly in this video and ask you a question. Yes, it means you have to watch the whole video, but you're gonna enjoy a whole video's worth of great content. Anyway, we start off with a quick tip from Tripler and then we roll right into the finds, so check it out.
Hey folks, if you do a lot of selling of consoles like Super Nintendos, N64, there are a few others, and you sell them without doing a deeper cleaning, then you might be missing out on just a little bit of additional profit. You want your listing to stand out, so being able to wipe it down is a great thing, but being able to get inside and just assess certain things like a sticky button, that goes a long way in terms of resale value, to be able to say that it's pristine or that it's been cleaned or refurbished. Those things definitely resonate with buyers. So one thing I would recommend buying is a security screwdriver, a 3.8 millimeter and a 4.5 millimeter. You can buy the set and they're probably like $6 or $7. I bought this kit here from iFixit just because a lot of YouTubers have mentioned this in their videos and I went ahead and bought it. All I want to show you today is taking just the top half of your console, putting it in some warm water, soap, washing it out, making sure that these buttons here do not stick, putting it back together, and that's it. If you have compressed air, maybe just blow it inside of here. In fear of messing with this area too much, the only thing I would recommend you do is to wipe down the controller ports. It's an area you can get to a lot easier when the top is not on. It's a simple suggestion and one that you can do for little money and an easy way to, like I said, maximize your profit. Another YouTuber who I really enjoy his videos has done this before, really simple. Collector's Luck, he does a great job of showing you just the simplicity of, if you buy a lot of consoles, you know, go the extra mile, just deep clean it. And he showed you the simple way of doing that in one of his videos. And hopefully you see a bump in your sales. Yeah, this. Hey, Bob. Oh, no worries. Oh, that's all right. Oh, I love dogs. Totally fine.
22 movies. So I can do the movies and the dolls for 20.
Okay.
And the bows is his. So I think it's marked on there.
$10.
10 bucks. So
$30.
30 for everything.
Yeah.
Good morning. Hi. How much are these?
The gray one's 100, the other one's like 70 off.
Okay.
You don't have the laptop for that anymore, do you?
What?
The laptop for this one?
Okay. The guy's the broken laptop.
Oh, okay.
Hey, what is happening, folks? It is going to be a super short day today, but so far it's been great. I've had 3 stops. The first stop was not on camera because it was pitch black. What I got at that sale was a belt for a kite or a windsurfer, and it was really unique. And I saw it, I'm like, man, what is that? And I don't even think the person who was selling it knew what it was, because I got it for $5 and it appears to be worth a pretty decent amount of money. Let's get after it, find some good stuff, and then call it a day. Woo!
I think I can maybe do that.
All right, guys, the footage from this clip is absolutely terrible, but the pickup from this location is totally worth including. So I found in a box some Xbox, Wii, GameCube, and of course I had to ask, hey, do you have anything else? And she did say she had more. And I said, are you willing to bring them out? And she was. So she left for a little bit. Right after me, and I'm usually this guy here, right after me, a guy showed up looking through that box and was picking up kind of the scraps. So she brings out the console, she brings out additional games, and she also says to me that she has 2 GameCubes that she can't find. And I'm like, oh man, because I want the GameCubes for resale. And as I'm kind of looking through this stack here, which you can barely see anything, just terrible footage again. All that's worth noting is I got maybe one, if not the rarest game that I found on GameCube, and I got it for $1. It's not a joke, I got it for $1. So let me show you what I got. There's definitely some more notable games that are not going to be in this list, but I just want to show you a few of the highlights because quite honestly, I was so shocked at the prices. You just gotta love garage sales. So I picked up a PS3. She wanted $10 for this, and for the price it came with a PS3 wireless controller OEM and a PS4 wireless controller. And now for the games. So we did pick up Twilight Princess for the Wii. We also picked up Skyward Sword as well for $1. Wii Resort for $1. And then we picked up Wind Waker. Now unfortunately, it wasn't in there. So why am I showing this to you? Because it pays to be persistent. So I mentioned that she had 2 GameCubes she couldn't find. We have been communicating back and forth. I hope that Wind Waker is in one of those GameCubes, and hopefully she said she'd sell me each GameCube for $5 a piece. I'm very hopeful. I will keep you posted. And then the best I've found for GameCube, which is Phantasy Star Online, Episode 1 and 2. And it's Episode 1 and 2 Plus, which I believe is the reason why this game is worth so much money. Unfortunately, it does not have the manual. Wah, wah. However, the game disc is in like amazing condition. Anyway, great pickups for $1 a piece.
GameCube, baby! Woo!
Morning. You guys have any video games?
Video games?
Yes.
I do. There's a table right over there if you want to lay them out on there.
Okay, thank you.
All right, guys, it's giveaway time. So here's the question that you need to answer. Put it in the comments of this video. All right, here it is. You got to go back to season 2, episode 16, and you have to look to see how much money did I make in the month of July on tracking the sale. So from July 1st to July 31st, how much money did I make? Put that in the comments, and hopefully you will be a winner and you'll be receiving a $500 Amazon gift card.
That one.
So as I was editing down this footage, I realized that the $550 purchase was really short. In fact, you barely saw anything. As I walked into this place, there were electronics, there were just like random things everywhere. But he had 2 or 3 different bins full of video games, and they were scattered about his really significantly large garage sale. So what you'll see next is I'm gonna start summarizing all the non-video game related items, and then I'll move into showing you all of the stuff that was video game specific. And I'd like to track the profitability on the $550 pickup so you guys know exactly why I did what I did.
All right, let's scan this stuff. This is all the non-video game related stuff. And one thing I've noticed more and more about myself is that I've become a lot pickier about what I'm buying, and I'm not just buying everything. And that's okay. Obviously, everyone learns what to buy and what not to buy, but for me, I've always tested so many different types of reselling categories that I just kind of bought anything that had a comp. Now I'm really dialing things in. I'm passing on stuff that sits in my store for a lot longer and focusing on the stuff that moves fast. Let's start with the Bose. I got the Sound Dock, and this was from the first or second sale of the day, and these 2 Bose products came in the big video game lot. Just these 2 units right here make up about half of what I paid for the video game lot. And now I just refuse to pass up on anything Monster High related. This particular set has 12 Monster High dolls, and I usually kind of look at that as if there's 12 of them, I'm probably gonna price this at 80 or 90 bucks. There's a few accessories down there at the bottom. As for media, keep your eyes out for Blu-ray Disney stuff. But what I recommend doing, especially if you have some DVDs lotted in there, put them together and you'll get a lot more and your shipping price goes down. And this book lot was super cool. I definitely look out for Goosebumps. I think I paid a total of $10 for all of them. The older ones, the vintage ones from the 90s are worth way, way more. On to the hats. You gotta look at those and say they're all unique. I mean, hats for me, when I sell them, they've just gotta be unique. I know enough that some of the old vintage ones from the 90s sell extremely well. This is not a vintage hat, but it's supposed to look like one. Super cool. The Lakers hat will sell really well right now, especially since they're about to win a championship. San Miguel beer from the Philippines. I guarantee you, once I throw that in the wash, it's gotta be cleaned very delicately. That's gonna be worth some decent money too. And my second or third sale of the day, I picked up a few electronics, including some of these over here. The MacBook does work. The screen is totally damaged, which is fine because selling MacBook for parts, if you've seen previous episodes of mine, I've done pretty well selling those. Unfortunately, you just kind of have to sell the logic board and some of the components inside, but you know, I don't have to take it apart. I can show that it turns on and I should be able to get decent money. This one, so now I've had some experience selling iWatches that are broken. For example, my wife's and mine have both broken. I've realized that I didn't talk to the seller about whether or not he had physically removed this from his iCloud. If he hasn't, this becomes way less valuable. I turned it on already. It does turn on, but I couldn't get past the charging screen. So I mean, it literally probably powered it for about 5 minutes before I shot this video. All right, so the same sale, the Canon camera bag, it's got some oxidation on the sides, a little bit of rusting, probably sat in the garage for a long time. And it's in really good shape, aside from the fact that it's probably just been sitting for a long time. And the other electronic accessory, that Sony tape player, if it works, is worth about 50 or 60 bucks, folks. You've got to keep an eye out for stuff like this because I don't know why, I don't know how, but it sells pretty well. And there are so many different Sony collectors that are out there. Got the Handycam from him, and I got this Audi key fob. He had this just in a box of random, and this will sell for 25 bucks as is. All right, so we have two pieces left. The first one here is this Sony DVD VCR player. It's a combo, complete inbox, great condition. And then this right here is the super surprise. This Sony VOR, worth big, big money. So stoked about it. Looking up comps, the TCM 200DV. I gotta tell you folks, this shocked me. It's worth over $150 new in the package. So yeah, I'm stoked. Okay, we are recapping all of the games that I got, and this is just a ridiculous amount of stuff. I'm so excited. I spent a lot of money. I spent about $700-ish total. And yes, it's a lot of money, but next step is testing all the consoles. Every one of these Xbox 360S's has the 250 gigabyte hard drive inside, and he definitely told me that beforehand, but I kind of passed it off. And I should be able to get, oh, that's a 500, nice. I should definitely be able to get about $100 or more per unit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for these 5, I'm gonna hover right around $500 just for these right here. The Xbox is in working condition with another Xbox over here in this box, this bag. This bag is actually gonna make this even more valuable than it currently is. These don't sell for a lot of money these days. So if you have the entire system, I think these can go for about 60 bucks complete. That's not great, but this goes for actually even better money now. I was selling them at the height of the pandemic for about 120. I think I can get close to 100 on these right now. That one I'll definitely get over 120 just because it has the bag. The two PS1s, the originals, I'm not getting a whole lot of money for those. I think I've sold probably 4 units in the last 3 or 4 months at about 70 bucks a piece. complete with 1 or 2 controllers. And the Wii's are just like a total unknown right now. Amazon, I can't sell them, which is where you're still getting probably the best money. And for resale value for me, I'm just gonna call it, let's just call it 80 bucks a piece. I'll keep putting the total down here at the bottom of what this bin is gonna be worth. And then inside of this is all of the accessories. What does not come included with the Wii's were the remotes. I have everything else, all controllers for the Xbox 360, the PlayStation, the original Xbox. I just don't have any Wiimotes, but fortunately I have a bunch. So I picked this one up early. I don't remember exactly where I picked it up now, honestly. I think this is the one I picked up with the GameCube lot. Great stop, great pickup. And then I saw this. This came with a whole bunch of PS2 games, and I think I paid $35 for this plus the games. Now before we get into the games, what I'd like to show you is a clip of me turning on every Wii and seeing if there were any games inside. So let's hit that first and check out these beauties. From today's pickup, we have 5 Nintendo Wii's, and we're gonna check to see if we have any games inside. Wii Sports is really what we're looking for. So here we go.
And let's see if you can do it.
Number 1.
When you do yourself.
Ooh, not a great sound. Nothing inside. All right, number 1 is a no-go.
Daddy,
Yeah, sweetheart.
there's banana on my feet.
Uh-oh. Okay, number 2. Oh yeah, we got a game. Oh, baby, this is 2 in 1 week. Yeah. Okay, great game. Holy cow, that's awesome. All right.
Okay.
Number 3. Yep, we got another one. Oh yeah. Day keeps getting better. The gift. All right. Number 4. Yes. Oh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, what is happening here? First of all, I'm 3 for 4. Folks, I mean, it's not in the greatest condition. Nice deep scratch right there, but the JFJ should probably be able to handle it. Okay, let's check one more. Ready? Okay, we're gonna check the bottom one.
Look. Okay, this one's the last one.
No, nothing. And it doesn't sound very good either. 3 for 4. Those 3 came out of the 5 Wii's. Fantastic. So with that, the remaining games, the stack of PS3 games here, nothing extremely notable here. The Ratchet & Clank is decent. The Metal Gear Solid HD collection, that's actually pretty good. I suppose this Sonic and Ultimate Genesis collection is pretty good. For the Wii, I probably wouldn't jump out of my chair until I hit the Zelda. That was a nice find. Wii Resort's a nice find. Mario Galaxy, Mario Brothers Wii, Skyward Sword. Label's not in great condition. I actually have a replacement artwork for this, but what was great is the manual and both discs were in there. That's still going for about 35 bucks on eBay. Turtle Smash Up, that's an okay game. So that was what was on the surface there. Loose games, Spider-Man, Quake 4, Secret Service, Spider-Man 3, and then these were of course the games we found inside of the Wii. So for Sega Saturn, we picked up Virtua Fighter, PS1 games, nothing great here except 1 disc on the Resident Evil 2, and then Frank Thomas, Big Hurt Baseball. For PS2, a couple of decent games in there, nothing spectacular, you know, kind of some $10 games, I would say. For Xbox and Xbox 360, nothing great here. Tony Hawk's Underground for Xbox, good. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for Xbox is good. Halo 2 is a good bundler. And then this Dead or Alive Ultimate is fairly decent. Naughty Bear Gold Edition, I guess that's decent. Beautiful Katamari, that's decent. Revolution Universe 2, Farming Simulator, Ninja Gaiden 2, Minecraft, of course, still holds like $20, $25 value. And Tiger Woods PGA Tour 12 Masters, that's also a good game. For PS4, you can see Need for Speed, Spider-Man, Last of Us, Arkham Knight, Borderlands, Uncharted 4. Good bundlers, I'll keep a hold of those. And then more PS2 games. Legaia 2? I don't know. So Spyro, Portal Runner, and that looks to be, I think that's it. This, my friends, is where things get really good. Metroid Prime, Splinter Cell, Wind Waker, it's not in there, but as I mentioned, the seller said she had 2 GameCubes that she is going to sell to me, and I'm hoping it's in one of those GameCubes, so looking out for that. Tales of Symphonia, not the greatest game ever. I think it's like a $20 game max. Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, Nightfire 007, Tiger Woods PGA 2003, and then booyah! Phantasy Star Online. This is episode 1 and 2 plus. Needless to say, this is a huge win for Team Tripler.
All right, folks, and that was today's episode, and it was one of my longer episodes. So thank you for sticking with me all the way into the end. And if you didn't see the question of the episode, make sure you go back and look into that, because I want you to be the winner of the $500 Amazon gift card. You've got to be a subscriber, and you got to get your comment into this video by probably next Monday when I do the editing. So you've got roughly about a week to get your answers in. For this particular episode, I spent about $700 in total, and I'm gonna see a really nice return. What I did is I put a total at the bottom on what I'm gonna get back on just the consoles alone. The games in general, I'm probably gonna get somewhere between $600 to $800, maybe even more, depending upon how the market starts to look as we get closer and closer to Christmas. And then on just the other random related items, I put some comps up there, but I'm really gonna net out very well. And I guess the point here is that hustle and putting in the time, putting in the effort, it's gonna pay off. And I hope there were a few items that you found in there that will help you with your reselling business. I've got a lot of great content coming up for the month of November. I'll be doing Tracking the Sale starting with $1 again. That was really successful, and I'm really excited to do it again. Knowing what I know now, I think I can do it even better. I've also got some refurbishment projects, trying to get them done in time for Christmas that I think will be really fun to put up for YouTube. And I also have another finds video that's coming out next week. I hope you are a subscriber so you can be a part of the giveaway, and I hope you smash that like button, because that makes me very happy. Anyway, folks, thank you again. Thank you again. What is this effect? It's very nice. And I will see you next time. Take care.
Next time on Hunting with Tripler.
I hunt for electronics.
Yeah.
And there's 20.
Okay.
Okay, let's recap the weekend's venture.